Welcome back to my channel, you guys. I'm doing a reaction to Lil Durk refuses trial delay after 4.5 months in shoe.
Defendants want to delay the trial until May, but Durk's refusing after 4.5 months in the shoe. This trial has not been delayed yet officially by a judge. A lot of people are reporting it has. It hasn't been signed by a judge yet. I think it will get signed any day now. I think tomorrow. So it's probably gonna get delayed. But Durk's been in the shoe for a long time. Stick around for the full video. Hit subscribe. Let's go. All right, we got stipulation regarding requests for continuance of trial date and findings of excludable time.
Yeah, that's crazy because Lil Durk, like, let's go. You feel me? If y'all got all these evidence and y'all feel like I'm guilty, let's go ahead and get this over with. But the state, like, nah, nigga, we need to gather some evidence, so we gonna push this back to May. You feel me? It's crazy how they can. I feel like they shouldn't be able to determine when you go on trial. I feel like you should be able to determine, like, do you want a speedy trial or do you want, time to go by? You feel me?
Periods pursuant to Speedy Trial Act. Durk Banks. Current trial date is January 20th, 2026. Proposed trial date, May 4th, 2026. So about 4 months or whatever. I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. I think it will get pushed back sooner or later by the judge, maybe even tomorrow, because there's a hearing as you're watching this video. Plaintiff USA and defendant DeAndre Dontrell Wilson or DD. Defendant David Brian Lindsay or Brown Eyes. And defendant Asa Houston stipulate as follows. So what that said right there is the government and 3 defendants, not Durk, all want this to happen. Durk isn't on this. He doesn't want this to happen. Durk wants the trial to happen in 2 weeks. First superseding indictment in this case was filed on November 7th, 2024. Durk Banks first appeared before a judicial officer of the court in which the charges in this case were pending on November 14th. Speedy Trial Act originally required the trial commence on January 23rd, 2025. I remember when this first happened too. Everyone was like, oh, he's already going to trial in January. I was like, there's zero fucking chance he goes to trial in January. I'm talking about last January, a year ago. That wasn't going to happen in a case like this complex. Defendant Wilson first appeared before a judicial officer of the court November 15th. So the trial date was actually set for January 2025 at first. But then on January 2nd, the court continued the trial date to October 14th, 2025 for all defendants. So they pushed it back 10 months. I remember I made a video on that last year, a year ago. Then they filed the second superseding indictment on May 1st, 25, and that's when they changed shit in the indictment that they fucked up pretty much. So what I'm reading here is it looks like they removed the rap lyric references. The government dropped all references to Durk's rap lyrics that have been included in prior superseding indictment, and that prosecutors have previously said referenced the alleged 2022 fatal shooting. This was fucked up because if the grand jury saw that, he had lyrics referencing a shooting and then it turned out not to be true and they're like, oh shit. Remember Durk's team called them out and said this is bullshit. It's not true. The lyrics were made way before the shooting. How could he be referencing the shooting when it was made months before? It's so stupid. But they probably showed the grand jury this, which is horseshit. And the second superseding indictment, they also added the charge stalking resulting in death. All defendants are detained pending trial. The government estimates that its case in chief will last approximately 2 to 3 weeks. All right. So I would imagine this trial is going to take an entire month. It won't be live streamed because federal cases aren't live streamed. Kind of bullshit, but whatever. All defendants are joined for trial and a severance has not been granted. That's the important part. People are saying, why doesn't Durk just go to trial alone? Hasn't been granted by a judge, so it's not happening. The stipulating defense moved to continue the trial on May 4th. They want the discovery deadline March 9th. Motions due March 16th. Oppositions due March 30th. Optional replies due April 6th. This is the third request for continuance, so they're getting desperate here. And here's why the defendants want this to happen. So they list their charges and they say discovery in this case includes hundreds of gigabytes of digital evidence such as audio video recordings, surveillance footage, extractions of digital devices, and over 30,000 pages of records and reports concerning murder and other violent acts, photographs, witness statements, and medical documents. I mean, that's a shit ton of stuff. That's why I said this wasn't going to trial in 3 months initially. Due to the nature of the prosecution and the number of defendants, including the charge in the indictment and the voluminous discovery, this case is so unusual and so complex that it is unreasonable to expect adequate preparation for pretrial proceedings or for the trial itself within the Speedy Trial Act time limits. Defense counsel represent they have various substantive obligations which necessitate the continuance of the trial to May. In light of the foregoing, counsel for the stipulating defense also represent that additional time is necessary to confer with defendants and conduct and complete an independent investigation of the case and conduct and complete additional legal research, including for pretrial motions, review the discovery and potential evidence in the case, and prepare for trial in the event that a pretrial resolution does not occur. Jeez. Pretrial resolution. The only pretrial resolution I see happening is someone snitching. I don't really see anyone snitching in this whole group here. I remember there was rumors that one of them snitching, but I don't think that's happening. Defense counsel represent that failure to grant the continuance would deny them reasonable time necessary for effective preparation, taking into account the exercise of due diligence. The government does not object to the continuance. So yeah, the government wants this too. They want to delay the trial 4 more months. They're probably overwhelmed. Failure to grant the continuance would be likely to make a continuation of the proceeding impossible. And here's the part about Durk. Defendant Banks does not join in the stipulation to continue the trial in this matter. Nonetheless, the stipulating parties agree that the time period from the date to the stipulation is filed on May 4, 2026, inclusive constitutes a reasonable period of delay for defendant Banks, who is joined for the trial with co-defendants. So they're saying no matter what Durk wants, he wants to go to trial in 2 weeks. It ain't happening. He's not severed. He's with the other defendants. He's going to trial in May or some shit. And here's a signature for DD, signature for Brown Eyes, signature for Asa Houston. All right, now we got defendant Durk Banks' request for a status hearing regarding extended shoe detention without process. Yep, so apparently Durk has been in the shoe for a very long time. Defendant Durk Banks, there's attorneys Drew Findling, who we saw with Melly yesterday, Marissa Goldberg, Jonathan Bremen, and Christy O'Connor, hereby files this request for a brief status hearing regarding Mr. Banks' 4.5-month detention in the shoe. 4.5 months in the shoe is crazy long, dude. I mean, I've heard of people being in there for a year or two. Like, it's bad, dude. But that means you're in a confined space, alone with no windows, for 23 hours a day. But let's see the other conditions he's in. Since August 29, 2025. Why that date?
I don't see these niggas doing that shit. I can't do it. I'm good.
Did something happen? Banks has been confined in the shoe at Metropolitan Detention Center. In the shoe, Mr. Banks is confined to a very small jail cell, just large enough for a single bed, a toilet, and a sink for 23 hours a day. Okay, so he gets 1 hour a day outside or something. He does not have access to commissary. What? Bro ain't got access to nothing? He's permitted to 1 phone call a month and no in-person social visits. Okay, so I know some people are gonna comment. I always get these comments. Who cares? He's a criminal. Fuck him. Throw away the key. Lock him up. Like, I see these comments, bro. People are harsh. He's not convicted of anything yet. This is pre-trial conditions.
Exactly. You don't know if he's guilty or not yet. Like, just because someone gets arrested doesn't mean that they're guilty. People getting arrested all the time for stuff, and then their charges get dropped sometimes, they get lessened, or they just pointedly get just be innocent. So you got to come out of that mind frame as well, especially when somebody's not. That's like someone putting an allegation on you, but people start to believe it even though they don't know if it's real or not. Crazy world.
And you'd be surprised at the conditions some people get in prison. It's very nice. Some prisons are like not that bad. Obviously, that's not all of them, but I'm always shocked by the jail conditions people are in, even before they're convicted of something. The original cause of his shoe placement was an allegation that he was in possession of an unauthorized Apple Watch. Oh, I made a video on that, the Apple Watch. He has not received the process that is prescribed by law where an inmate is accused of an infraction, providing that the unit discipline committee will ordinarily review the incident report within 5 working days after it is issued, and that they will make a decision regarding it. So unit discipline committee is supposed to do this within 5 days, and they haven't. I mean, that's fucked up, right? What are we doing here? And obviously, they're scared of him talking to witnesses and people. This is a giant case, and he's called the Apple Watch, but bro, 5 days? You're supposed to figure it out. Mr. Banks' defense team has received conflicting explanations for his extended shoe detention without process. For example, in October, an attorney for NDC told us that Mr. Banks' high-profile celebrity status is not the cause of his shoe detention. Then on December 22nd, the warden represented us that Mr. Banks' presence in the general population posed a threat to the security and orderly run of the institution due to the high-profile nature of Mr. Banks' pending criminal case and possible violation of BOP's disciplinary program. This is despite Mr. Banks' 11-month presence in general population prior to August 29th, without any incident whatsoever caused by celebrity status or high-profile nature of the case. I was about to say, wasn't he in jail for a while and had no issues? I mean, he was in there for 11 months without any issues. Durk and famous or whatever. Kind of sounds like an excuse to just cut him off and make him go fucking crazy before trial. I mean, I get they're scared of him talking to witnesses. They found a device on him. Whatever. I get it. Additionally, both MDC's attorneys and the warden have told us that the segregation review official has been...
Y'all gotta think about it, bro. May is a long time from here, bro. May, nigga. The year just damn started. That's the summertime. Like, that's a long damn time.
Conducting a monthly segregation review where Mr. Banks has been present. Based on the information I've gathered through weekly visits with Mr. Banks over the last 4.5 months, I believe this to be false. Based on my observations and monitoring of the situation, the first time that Mr. Banks has been offered the opportunity to be present at a segregation review was just last week after I sent the warden and MDC attorney a discovery request regarding these alleged monthly meetings. Ooh, so they're getting lied to apparently by these people. The MDC attorneys and the warden lied to them. That's serious shit. None of this is surprising, bro. Jails and prisons are some of the most corrupt places on earth. In response to our inquiries, the government has provided us with an internally inconsistent explanation for Mr. Banks' extending shoe detention. On one hand, the government tells us that Mr. Banks' continued placement in the shoe is not based on the FBI's investigation regarding the Apple Watch. On the other hand, the government tells us that the BOP is waiting to institute the disciplinary proceedings related to the Apple Watch is based on our charging decision. Both of these statements cannot be true. Either process to which Mr. Banks is going entitled has been delayed and his stay extended due to the government's ongoing investigation, or it has not. Yeah, they gotta figure this out, bro. Sounds like he's getting railroaded, just pushed to the side, make him go fucking crazy on a pre-trial arrest. Oh, now they start talking about the mental effects this could have. This is serious shit. Listen, the deleterious effects of extended solitary confinement on an inmate's psychological well-being are well documented. And they cite some solitary confinement, research here from January 2020. Disproportionately high rates of serious mental illness and self-harming behavior, social isolation, loss of identity, and sensory hypersensitivity. Because of this, Mr. Banks' defense team is growing concern that his prolonged solitary confinement may implicate the 8th Amendment's prohibition on cruel and unusual punishment. Oh, I knew they were gonna pull that out. Believe that a brief status hearing is necessary to ensure that Mr. Banks does not continue to languish in shoe. 131 days in the shoe, bro. I know some people are gonna say, whatever, he's a criminal, but he's not convicted of anything yet. I just read earlier in this video, he doesn't want to delay the trial. Why do you think that is? He's been in the shoe for 4.5 fucking months. No wonder he doesn't want to delay the trial 5 more months. That explains that, right? Hit subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. Love you boys. Peace out.
5 months, bro. That's crazy. You gotta do 5 more months before trial, bro. Dang. Let me know what y'all think about this, though. Like, how y'all feel about it. That's crazy, man. Free Durk, though. But anyway, make sure y'all go to my website, letsupyourgrownow.gumroad.com. Get my new deluxe out now. Also, check out my merchandise on zodiacsignsent.com. Get merchandise of any zodiac sign. Check links in my description.
Let that beat drop. Shh, shh, let that beat drop. Shh, shh, let that beat drop. Hey, let the beat drop. Shawty wanna smoke on this gas, told her to roll it, I smack on her ass. I'm trying to get me a bag, cup it in and I'll check the tag. Tell me why these niggas mad, cause I fuck these bitch and leave them sad. I'm sorry I gotta brag, but that's what you do when you live in fat. You want a verse, we go tag. Try to